Supreme Court has mandated that all stray dogs in the National Capital Region must be rounded up and taken to dog shelters. These shelters must be created within a period of 8 weeks. After that order, in fact, today the Supreme Court has also specifically issued another directive about the Supreme Court premises that food should not be, served to the strays, and there should not be any scavenging around for food by the stray dogs. But let's first talk about the issue of the stray dog quote-unquote menace. With me is dog lover who is extremely angered by this order, S. Balakrishnan, Executive Editor, Free Press Journal. Bala, why are you angry today with this order?
Afrida, I have no words. Yesterday when I heard this judgment, it is most shocking and the most devastating judgment ever delivered by the Supreme Court since independence. This is just not on. Article 51A of the Constitution enjoins upon all the organs of the state, including the judiciary, to promote compassion towards living beings. Aren't the stray dogs living beings?
But you prioritize dog safety to human safety? Because this has come because of certain cases of human deaths and human safety jeopardized.
Afrida,
are you overlooking that part?
The court has totally been misled, or it has allowed itself to be misled on the basis of social media, WhatsApp University posts. You can't pass a judgment.
No, but there is data, no Bala. There is
what
data,
is the data? I'm telling you.
On deaths because of stray dogs.
The specific case in Delhi was about a girl being bitten, but she was suffering from meningitis, not
There
rabies.
is government data for January 2025. Delhi alone 3,000 dog bite cases. Look at states like Assam, 20,000 dog bite cases in 1 month. Maharashtra, 58,000 dog bite cases. There is a risk of rabies. There is a risk of human safety here.
In 2024, the whole of India, in a population of 1.4 billion people, there are only 54 cases of rabies. Just 54 cases of rabies. So what is with the...
So you're saying dog bites, if it does not lead to rabies, then why bother? Why should we make ourselves vulnerable to dog bites?
I'm not defending dog bites or something like that. But the question is, we should understand why dogs bite. When they are scared, in the kind of self-defense, they bite, or if they are provoked, or if they are hungry or something like that. But there is a scientific solution to the problem, which is vaccinate all the dogs, and they're extremely territory conscious, and leave them back from the place where you picked them up. But this idea of the Supreme Court, it is bizarre in the extreme to say that within 8 weeks you shift lakhs of dogs to so-called shelters outside the national capital. Do the judges realize if you put them in shelters, they will be exposed to even more infection? Today, now they are in the open.
Every person you speak to would have experience or knows somebody who has experienced a dog assault. You saw what happened in today's edit meeting. We had members of our team saying, my elderly father can't take a morning walk.
This is because people are ill-informed. Just because of one isolated incident, you can't generalize saying that all dogs bite. For every dog which has bitten a human being, there are 5,000 dogs which are not bitten human beings. Dogs are the most affectionate, most grateful animals on 4 legs we can ever think of.
But do you at least concede that there is a menace? The fact that there are
menace is not the word. They are not a menace. They are an integral part of our society. Dogs are an integral part of our society. They are anything but a menace. They are truly called the friends of human being, and that is exactly what we are.
So your argument is the proportion is very little, is very small for this sort of an order to come. Is that your primary argument?
I mean, there is a law which says that the punishment will be proportional to the gravity of the offence. Now, what is the gravity of the offence? That the judges have to come like a ton of bricks on these poor stray animals who cannot defend themselves, who cannot speak for themselves. And you're talking of shifting them all over into so-called dog shelters, that too within 2 months.
Because otherwise, how do you in fact ensure sterilization and vaccination? You need to first confine them, take stock of their health. Probably it's good for them.
No, it is the colossal failure of the Delhi municipal authorities, or for that matter in Bombay and other urban areas. Crores of rupees are budgeted, but the money is swallowed by the department concerned, and hardly anything is spent on vaccination. But there are several NGOs.
But does that mean if we have not done things on time, does that mean now we don't do anything about it?
We can do it even
Somewhere
now.
Even
now, the scientific solution is to vaccinate the dogs or neuter them or whatever it is, but for heaven's sake, release them back into the area. They're extremely kind of territory conscious. If you're going to move them away, they'll go mad. This is just not on. People who don't have.
But the numbers, Bala, have increased to such an extent now, which has necessitated this.
That's precisely what I'm saying, Afrida. Why do you have the funds? Why don't you neutralize them? Why don't you vaccinate them? And then there are so many NGOs who are willing to, they're spending money from their pocket. There are individuals in Gurugram, in the NCR region, in Mumbai. I know personally there are so many people who spend money out of their pocket. They have hired ambulances, they have purchased ambulances. They go about picking up stray dogs and then vaccinating them.
Yeah.
This is
so
a
why don't we then start maybe, thinking of it in that sense, that if you're a dog lover, fund a dog shelter. Fund a sterilization program.
But dog shelter,
take more initiative
will kill the dogs, and you are going to put them in more inhumane conditions. They'll bite each other in this kind of dog shelter, and then they're exposed to more infection. Is it that you want?
Okay, so you're completely against the idea.
Totally against it. This
judgment. So they have to be out in the open, but they have to be sterilized, irrespective of what the current number you're okay with.
This judgment has got to be recalled. If the Supreme Court can recall a judgment regarding Jindal company, they can definitely do this much also. This is, the question is, have we lost completely compassion? We are supposed to be Vishwaguru, and then 5,000 euros civilization talking of, and then you are talking of throwing out dogs like
But
this.
There are dog lovers across the world. We don't see that they inconvenience public spaces. And what do you say to those people who misuse public space to feed strays and they create a unhygienic situation?
I am against those people who create kind of dirt and they feed wet food for the dogs and cats and all. This is totally wrong. No doubt about it. Public places has got to be kept clean. Abroad, especially in the West, they have a sense of hygiene. That is why they do it. They pick up the poop if at all it happens. Here we don't do that. The idea is to penalize those people.
But how is it that you don't see strays abroad? You can walk freely, you don't get pounced at. Here you can get pounced at.
That's because they're an advanced nation. They have shown compassion. You see the number of dog lovers there. See the number of dogs which are kind of kept as pets. Ideally, every dog should have a house of its own. Even in Jhopadpatti, even in Dharavi, you will find people who have got the strays in their houses. They sleep with them in their small huts, kind of thing. That is compassion. Have you lost a sense of compassion? What is wrong with our society? And what is wrong with the Supreme Court? There are 1,000 and other issues, but then they are after dogs, and here in Bombay, they are after pigeons. I don't know, something very bizarre. I don't know, and political parties are kind of supporting these things.
Yeah.
Maybe
you are pro coexistence, that is one part of
Precisely.
it. The other part of it is human safety above everything else.
It should be,
so you do not believe in that?
It should be possible to have a nice balance where the dogs live with us in complete safety of both the human beings and the dog themselves. It is possible, it is a doable thing. Why are we not exploring that option? Instead of just fasting a fatwa, unka bhejo shelter mein bhejo, aisa karo. This is not on. It brings a disgrace to the entire country.
So Bala's point is compassion, and there are possibilities. There can be a win-win.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, according to you, it's a lose-lose. Because the way this order speaks, in fact, I also do agree that part of it is a little bit harsh when you say round them up and throw them into shelter homes. Yeah. I agree that probably it could have been worded a little bit more sensitively, since there are dog lovers like Bala who are outraged by this. I leave it to you. You heard the discussion. Do write into our comments, subscribe to us, and touch the bell notification so that you get notified for the next such episode. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Afrida. Thank you.
Thank you, Bala.
Thank you.